Take 3. I know that you can't tell, but it's been utter chaos. Good morning, beautiful. I do hope that you are well rested, ready to begin your day. This is your daily tarot and oracle, your daily insight on life and love. For December 21st, the shortest day of the year, the winter solstice 2021, also being timeless. So wherever you're catching it in time, could be really relevant, horribly irrelevant. Whatever the case may be, I hope that you stick around and enjoy the show. If this does make sense, I hope that it's a positive message. If there's challenges, which I've been sitting with the cards and it really feels like there are challenges, we'll have the why and the potential outcome if you stay the course. So, what brings you here? If this makes sense and you want to book a session or see what other services I provide, use the provided email address and find me on social platforms and send me a DM. All right, first things first. I have a few cards in front of me, but this is the first batch. You can't screw fate up. That's the thing. There's free will and then there's divine will, but it looks like you're freaking out because you think that something is screwed up, and it's not screwed up. It's unfortunately part of divine plan. You just need some sort of opposition in this, and I know that you're defensive, but this is going to hit you with a real reality, real opportunity of choice. And I know that it's something where you feel like you missed out on something, or you're going to miss out on something, or something is just lost altogether. This is a major healing opportunity if you stay the course. It's mind over matter in this one. I know that this feeling feels like you're drowning, and it's happening so fast, and it's coming, and it seems like it's very fiery. This is change that is unstoppable in your life, but I want you to know that this is a blessing in disguise. You're going to be happy no matter what. You're in a new phase. Something is coming your way. A new chapter, a new phase, cycle in your life. You have to make a choice on what is coming your way. I want you to take the chance to really grow here, whatever that means for you. You're ending a very unusual cycle. We have the 9 of Cups here. Yeah, it's about fulfillment, but it's also the ending of a cycle. What's coming in is fulfillment, but you have to choose which direction it is going. I want you to be forceful, and I want you to I want you to see that this is choosing what you're going to engage in. We have you establishing what seems to be getting the devil off your back. Oh my God, getting the devil off your back. Yeah, it's tyrant-like energy, but you're free. You had to let something go. You had to walk away from something. It's not a failure. It's riddled with utter insecurity. But I want you to know that you just can't see the break on the horizon yet. It's important that you maintain a structure. It's important that you stay the course that you have decided on. Soon, I promise you, soon you'll start to be able to sense the possibilities of this, the freedom of it. I am seeing something that is worthwhile and celebrating, and I know that it doesn't seem like it right now. Chaos is all around you, and it seems like you have to walk away from something. You're walking into the future. I want you to know that. You're not retreating. You're not ducking out into the past. You've made a choice, even though that some aspect of it seems like you've failed. This is going to yield results that are unimaginable right now. And the card that was sticking out next to it was Milk and Honey. Life isn't meant to be this hard. Relationships aren't meant to be this hard. Communication is not meant to be this hard. No, I couldn't wait for that drink. I started hacking, coming off of having a cold. Okay. Divine purpose. Happy, happy. Higher power is all about the divine purpose. You can't see this through God's eyes right now. You can't even see past the fog. So help me God. Check out the mini reads after this, because see, energy is just unreal. With the Venus in retrograde, oh my God. And with the Gemini full moon when I'm recording this, look, we have serendipity. Yang energy even. Momentum is picking up. Once the decision is made, once you choose the direction you want to go, you've got to be selfish in this. You have to be, it's really pushing through the fears, which I know can be ungodly. Some of you are going to be going into high risk, not dangerous, not illegal, but a risk. You're going to be going into a risk. Some of you are finally going to put a squash on an unhealthy life dynamic, whether it's a job, the way you treat your body, or a situation like a home situation. Soulmate energy is riddled around this. A lot of you are breaking cycles around the kind of relationships that you keep in your life. Something is on the mend right now. The story is stopping. The way that the story has been told and been perpetuating in your life is coming to a full stop. The message in the bottle is everything underneath that was completely rotted away. You are finding out just how toxic situations can be in your life, how people can be, and how sensitive you have been. Your sensitivity is not your downfall. It is one of the main wonders and positives of you. Emotional sensitivity, adding, okay, it's reaffirming. Babe, you have been going through an awakening. Tell me otherwise. Your psychic sensibilities, your empathy, your emotional intelligence around other people, that's been going through the roof. You have to hone in on those skills. You have to learn about why you're having an awakening, what purpose this is bringing in your life. It's not meant to keep the peace. The chaos that you're facing right now, do not try and silence the chaos. It is necessary for what's next. Base chakra, you need to reestablish what security looks like with you. You've been getting cues from loved ones who have crossed over. I want you to tune into them. You need to ask them for help and ask them for directions. I really feel like if you're watching this, then your connection with your loved ones who have crossed over, young, old, angels even, it's all very clear. And I know that you want to talk yourself out of it and just call it wishful thinking. No, it's not wishful thinking. You have to learn about what your true gift in this. God is truly on your side with this, or a la flying spaghetti monster for all I care. Whatever you believe, whatever your God is, you're in tune with it. And I do feel like Spirit is your biggest cheerleader in this. I want you to please work on perfecting, honing in, building your intuition, your manifestation. It's all tied together. You drew in this situation, and I know that you need clarity on where this is going in, but it's not about where and that choice being left up to Spirit. That choice has to be yours. You are in a collaboration with Source and Spirit, and it has presented you with at least two paths. And I know that you're like, oh, there's no choice. Yes, there is a choice. Just one's way more appealing than any other choice. And it's not about what you can get the most out of. It's about what's authentically right for you. I get that some of you could have the most amazing jobs out there that pay you trillions just to show up. Again, whatever that looks like. Some of you may have the perfect person who's perfect on paper. Some of you may have whatever it is, ideal. And there's still something that's missing. I want you to pay attention to that. What is idealized, what has been worked out on paper, is not always going to be what your soul is calling you to do, not where your ties are. So what I'm feeling in this is forget about what's right. Forget about what's perfection. Forget about what's ideal. Forget all of that. I want you to really look at what is making you say a definitive yes internally. And you'll know it by the way that it feels. Whether you're looking at a person or life situation, a job, career, you'll have that internal either recoil or the yes. And I want you to use that as your guidance. You'll know, again, I can't understate this enough or underline this enough. It is an understatement. It is a definitive yes. And you'll know it by the way that it feels. It will not be fear-bound. So, have you asked your angels for help? Yeah, you're foggy. It's not taking off because the stress, and you're ending a very painful cycle, which, look at this. Look at flipping this. This is such a sucky cycle to end. Whether it's your family, whether it's your lover, whether it's your friends, there's no way that this does not suck. There's no way that this isn't painful, excruciating, mind-blowing. But I want you to know this pain is going to be matched in glory in what you're building towards. An entire new cycle is coming into play, and you have nothing that you have to worry about. You are not going to fall flat on your face. You're not going to be heartbroken. You're not going to be damaged. You are very protected in this, and you're going to actually really see a lot of doors open up for you. Everything seems to be happening as soon as you decide at record speed. Hear the dogs out there? Duncan's reaffirming it. I want you to know that. So what is holding you back, Captain Sassy Pants? The karmic situation, you're looking too much at the past. It broke your heart. It broke your sense of security. Some loudmouth, manipulative brat. This truth is going to be revealed for what the intentions authentically are. This could be male, it could be female. But people who are manipulative in your world or who are playing on your good nature, I keep going back to the Johnny Cash song, sooner or later, gotta cut you down. What's done in the dark will be brought to the light. Don't let that scare you. I know you got skeletons in your closet. That shouldn't hold anything against you. The change is not going to be comfortable. But whatever you have been dwelling on will be revealed for the S show that it is, all in due time. And I see that you, when that is revealed, you'll be incredibly grounded. You'll know what you want. You know what you want now. It's just I think you're afraid to actually say it out loud to yourself. You know what you want. I don't give a crap if anything looks perfect on paper. If it's not what you want, stop forcing yourself to agree with it. Thinking that life knows better than you. You are life. You are that expression. So why don't you start actualizing it? You're not separate from life. And I know that you've been at a pause. It's because moving forward, you have to really see what's in your hands and that you can ride this out and that you do have enough ground to work with. What's been growing before has become rotted. It was something that was so unobtainable. And it feels like very manipulative feminine energy, so it feels like it's emotional manipulation geared towards you. The Two of Cups is behind you, and the choice is there. You know what the choice is. You know what it is. But you haven't made it yet because you're dwelling on this, and I get it. It seems like it'll be water under the bridge eventually, but right now it's gotta suck. It's going to be crappy for a while, and I wish I could save you from that. Use this time to go inward. The Three of Swords could very well be falling on you, but you have the sword underneath you. And as soon as you see them start to wiggle, you can take that sword and knock them out. You can break that glass and climb out of this Han Solo setup over here. Yeah, I get it. Han Solo was well after these cards were designed, but still, I'm sticking by what I'm saying. It seems like there's an emotional fulfillment that was being ripped away from you. Some sort of falsehood. And I think that's why you're reflecting so much, because whatever was an emotional situation in your life, like really in the feelings, really close to home, really working hard to stay out of balance, I feel like that has been ripped away. Now everything's coming out, isn't it? I think that you're kind of in shock with it, honestly. So what do you have to look forward to? Aha! Whoa. Crazy new start. Oh my God. Wands energy. You know what this means. Hell hath no fury, like the reader who's watching this is scorned. You're grabbing all of your power. Speak softly and carry a big stick. You are getting your wits about you. You are having this immense, fiery, passionate new start. Something that is building momentum. I see that this is kind of like a birthright, but it also feels like there's greener pastures that you're moving on to. You're going to make your voice heard. You are blooming, you're blossoming, you're looking out at everything that is before you. And I think from what I'm seeing here is you have the whole world in your hands. The chaos is going to come. You're rising above the challenge. And I think that you're looking down on everything underneath you, and it is from a higher perspective. The old problems don't seem so big anymore. Nothing can really touch you. And I think that you're taking all of the actions of the past and putting them right in front of you to look at. I think that this is part of what you're looking back at. But in this sense, it's not really that depressive gown on it. A lot of information is going to be coming up for you. You may not feel like you've had a choice, but believe me when I tell you, you had choice, even if it doesn't feel like it. I need another drink. Listen, I don't want to be that person, but I have to be. Otherwise, I'm going to sit here clearing my throat the entire time. Do we really want that? No. No, we don't. Okay. You're not going to let anybody take your truth away from you ever again. You're not going to let somebody or something else decide what's best for you. You're coming into your power. Feminine is going to be assertive. She's honest. She's always been honest. But I think that the honesty was hidden by this very egotistical masculine energy. The Queen of Swords has an air of freedom about her. The clouds are parting. The sky is starting to become clear. She's starting to see clearly. Once you cut through all the BS, you really start to see things as they are, rather than making excuses for it. Stop making excuses for people in your life. What good has it done you? It's kept a pseudo peace for a time, but forgiveness, oh my God. Fine. What is leaving? Yeah, emotions are running high. This is all part of your ascension. Something has to be sacrificed, and you volunteered for this, whether you know it or not. Some of you may actually be moving. Some of you are moving on. Some of you are moving up. Some of you have to move your body. Some of you physically have to move. There is a lot of movement involved. Healthcare change. New you, new life, new stresses, new alerts. Keep the faith. And then the final card for this is going to be, it's time for you to take the step. Your awareness is your responsibility. I have a sneeze coming. I'm aware of that, aren't I? All right. Ooh, what just happened? Oh. Welcome back. That light just makes everything easier. I can see things better. And you see me better. Let's be real. We need to see each other, don't we? Ooh. So close. Now that you've asked for help, be open to receiving divine guidance and assistance. I'm here to serve heaven's help. When you take excellent care of yourself, everybody benefits. Give yourself a relaxing treat today, such as a massage, salt bath, and pedicure. You deserve the best. Reach for the stars and your dreams and desires, and don't compromise. I am the angel of marriage. I am assisting you right now. So some form of a commitment is coming into play. Your children on earth and in heaven are happy and well cared for by God and the angels. And then we have peace that is coming. You asked God, Source, Spirit, Flying Spaghetti Monster for all I care for help. Let them meet you. Let them meet you where they are so you can get to where you are going. There is a huge commitment that is underway. For some of you, this is involving relationships. For some of you, this life situation is going to be a new commitment at play that is, while it's chaotic right now, is going to have an overwhelm of peace. This is what you want, whether you know it or not. This is leading you to where you want, whether you know it or not. You have to take care of yourself. You have to do what's good for you, what's best for everything involved. Stop compromising your well-being, your health, and everything about you for everything else. Spirit is not letting you do that anymore. Spirit is calling you out for this right now so that you can be, I think, your best self and get everything that you have called out for and more so. All right, you. This has been the Daily Tarot and Oracle, the daily insight on life and love for December 21st, 2021, also being timeless. If you do have questions about booking a session, reach out in the email address, the provided email address. Or find me on the social platforms, send me a DM, see what services might work well for you. Prices, sales, availability, time zones. We'll work it out. But until next time, stay safe and have fun, and just know that you're greatly loved and appreciated. Bye for now. Go watch the mini reads. I'm not kidding. Bye. I know that you're losing patience. But patience is like the very thing that you need to have right now. And I know why. You're tired of feels like tired of being stuck. Feeling like all is lost. That there's no headway being made. It's putting you back into a place where you don't want to be mentally or emotionally. And I really feel like you're fighting against it. The reason why everything has been so stagnant, why you haven't seen anything move, is because you gotta be more blunt. You gotta call it as it is. You gotta call it as you see. You gotta be willing to kind of hurt some feelings with this. You're not being tactless. This is the problem. Any sort of assertiveness on your part is seen as kind of being tactless. You're not. You gotta show people how to respect you, where your line is, and I feel like part of the problem is people don't know where the line is with you, but honestly, that's gotta stop today. It's gotta stop. There's no excuse for it. There's no excuse for it moving forward. I do feel like it's you have to be very intentional with how you talk to people, because I feel like it's almost kind of vague and people take advantage of that. And I also feel like people have taken advantage of your insecurity. You don't want to be stuck. You don't want to stay here. You don't want to keep doing the same thing. If you are stuck in the same place a year from now, you're going to lose your mind. You're too good to be doing this to yourself. Listen, sometimes you have to completely lose your in order to get a firm grasp on yourself. And honestly, that might be called for right now. You're not a bad person. In fact, you're very lovable and charming. What's got you down is whatever energy outside of yourself has pushed you back into an old mindset. It's almost like you've retreated back into adolescence or whatever the insecure age of your life was. You don't need to be there. You don't deserve to be there. You don't belong there. So really put your money where your mouth is and start standing up, back people up. It's going to be hard initially, but I think that you're going to get kind of like a zest back for the situation just because you're seeing the results. Yeah, it's going to be off-putting to people who took advantage of it, but again, don't back down. You have new lines to draw. I feel like there's been too much time wasted on a karmic in your life. Not that they're bad, but it's definitely giving F-boy energy here, or F-girl, honestly, whatever. What I'm seeing with this is it's nowhere near balanced. It's something that I think that you wanted to make some sort of an offer to, some sort of to take a chance on this in the past. I do feel like this is in the past. I feel like you feel that energies have been wasted, resources have been wasted, and that this kind of energy proves time and time again that it's just F-boy, F-girl energy. And I'm saying it so incredibly careful on here for a very specific reason. I don't want to get shadow banned. What I'm seeing is you're seeing this for the excrement show that it is, and that you know that you're not ever going to be picked in this. This person is way too much in their ego. It's not even you that's the problem. You need to know that. Whoever this is, they have a ginormous ego that is not matched by anything else. And if not you, this would have been anyone else. And in fact, there might be other people based off of this part alone. And I think that whoever this karmic is in your past, it doesn't have to be a romantic. I feel like they've been playing a lot of people. Yeah, they're charming. They really are. And they have a high drive. You have to see this for what it is. Again, I feel like this is somebody who's been stringing you along for an extended period of time. This isn't new energy. This is extended long-term in your life. You have to recognize it for what it is. I know that you have a hunch about this. I know that this isn't sitting well with you, and it's time that you let that person go. And I think that that's probably one of the last things you want to do, because maybe they'll change. It's easy to get caught in that trap. The full moon on this is telling me that you're in a different phase and that this is a time to let go. It's hurting you emotionally, and it's really screwing with what seems to be your intelligence or your intuition factors. But if it hurts them, honestly, hopefully it's a wake-up call, because this is the kind of energy that takes advantage of nice, warm-hearted people such as yourself. And I think that it's because they are incredibly insecure. Don't let anybody play on your emotions with this. You have to heal, but also you have to get away from this and detox from this kind of energy. Again, this has been around you for quite some time, stringing you along. It's time to let it go. All right, babes. You're moving on to something that is a lot greener pastures. And I gotta tell you, honestly, it's probably rocking the crap out of you right now. And I do feel like this is very deep soul bond energy. We're talking kindred spirit, soulmate, twin flame, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter. This is just so deeply bound, and also in-depth soul contract. And honestly, I think that you're ready for it. The insecurity that I'm seeing coming from here is, now that you're getting it, it's like you're not sure what you want. It's a huge insecurity factor with you, like imposter syndrome. Can you please give yourself a little bit more props of how amazing and incredible and perseverant you are? Everything that you're insecure about, that's all shadow work. It's not real. It's not based in reality. You are moving on. You're moving on to greater pastures. You're moving on to this deep soul-bound connection. It's beautiful. It's going to take work. Look, this Temperance card is all about taking your time. It's about being on a journey. And also then you have this beautiful archangel who is completely guarding this thing. So there's nothing to worry about. Yeah, you're going to have some epic highs and lows, but then you reach the sun that's right on the horizon. Nothing worth anything doesn't present itself without challenges. You're going to embrace them. It is going to be mountains, but you take that mountain one step at a time. The insecurities are coming from past events where I think that you had your heart set on, but there was always that inkling? Yeah, there you go. Feeling of, I don't know. That's the shadow work. Is this going to be something that you sabotage, or are you going to allow yourself to be happy? It's important that you do your best to remain balanced in here. Here comes Kitty. Hi, Millie. Oh, my Mildred. How do you not love this muffin? I love you. Yeah, she's being held in a weird way and she's still loving me. Okay, yes, my cats did a drop by. What up? So, all right, loyalty and wildness. I do feel like you are being rewild in a way. And then we have the rite of passage. There's a rite of passage. Are you going to choose your bliss, or are you going to stay in the shadows? You can try and stay in the shadows all you want, but you've grown too much and your mind's going to snap yourself out of it one way or another, and you're going to be drop kicked, whether you like it or not, into something happy. You are moving on. It almost looks like conditions are too perfect for the meeting of whatever this fate is. We have soulmates as this winds up. Some of you had some, I don't want to call them happy accidents. It's fate. A simple twist of fate. Some of you, TikTok might be involved. And you thought that you were repeating some sort of cycle in your life. Is it going to be the same story? No. Regardless of what the connection is, I want you to know that you have come across a soulmate. And yes, the way that you met was fated. Some of you may have met even on TikTok. Look at that, look at that, look at that. God knows I did. Yeah, I did. It's not going to be the same as everything else in the past. I don't know if you realize this, but your relationships in the past, while they did teach you about yourself and others in relationships in general, they did not pass the check mark. What I'm seeing right here is, regardless of where this relationship takes you, the feelings that you feel towards this person is very much a deep, bound soulmate. And they are going to teach you about yourself. So what can you expect from this? Something just flew out. Jump in. Jump in. Let yourself be happy with this. This is a loyal heart. This is what you want. It's flexible. No, it's completely disrupted your life. Now make a move for it. You guys are coming together. You're coming together with a soulmate. It is time for action. I'm not telling you to do anything dangerous or illegal or abandon the world all around you. This is not that. But your life is being stirred in chaos by this soulmate energy. And I want you to know it's because it's coming together. It's not going to be peaceful. Peace will come later. Right now you're enduring chaos. And you have to learn how to roll with the tide. But they're in it though, just as you are. And you can feel safe to jump in this. It's a simple twist of fate. You found a soulmate and it's coming together. I want you to be able to trust it. I know that it's scary. I know that it can bring up a lot, but look at these angels. See what they're bringing together? It's the finish line. You've arrived. How does it feel? Where do you see this going? How does that soul-bound connection make you feel? Is it relaxing? Soothing, exciting? Let me know. I know that you can't see clearly right now. You're in transition. There's chaos all around you. It feels like there's smoke everywhere. You're trying to get a grasp on everything and nothing seems to quite make sense. You're trying to do it all by yourself because you don't have faith, you don't trust. the chaos, the fog, the inability to see everything. I want you to know that this is, it's just as important. Oh, my nose itches, sorry. Something that has been suppressed is coming out now. And I think that it's been incredibly unfair, whether it's by your efforts or by the suppression of you. You have to come out, whatever that means for you. Some of you might be coming out of the closet. Some of you might be changing direction. Some of you might have to tell people that you either love them or don't love them. Whatever it is, it's coming to the surface. But you don't have to micromanage the situation. Where your landing point is, you may not necessarily know right now, and that's fine. You can't see it right now. And I think that whatever you set yourself up for in the past pales into comparison what you're about to land your feet on. You really need to work on having faith that even though this is a challenge, there's a blessing in disguise with it. All right. Tell me more about what they have to look forward to. You're ready. This was all timed. And then whatever was not for you had to walk away from, and you're walking towards a loyal heart. So you want to come to the edge. It's time to be in the present moment and see every crack in your foundation. You've made a choice. You had to make that choice. And this, you knew it was fate when it happened. And this was, I think, the most beautiful serendipitous thing that could have happened. You knew in your heart. It was like when you saw something, that little inner monologue said, yes, oh my God, yes. And then happy, happy. This was divinely orchestrated. I want you to know that this is all to break you out of this idea of what was supposed to be and what was into something that is more than you could have ever imagined. Spirit is going to show you why you had to wait all this time for what it is that you wanted, and why this was so fated, and why this had to happen in such a calculated way. Everything that was not secure is crumbling now. And I know that's what's confusing you, but breathe. You have a landing point. It's not an insult for somebody to tell you that you're sensitive. And I know that you've been going through quite the awakening, whether it's trying to hone in on what your gifts, talents, and powers are, or, you know, the soulmate, twin flame, kindred spirit energy that just drop kicked everything and accelerated life. There's no way that I can prove these cards that just came out, but I need you to trust me on this for the point of integrity of the reading. Everything that you're envisioning right now, it's important that you focus on what it is that you do want as a general outcome, because check out the other reads before. What you want pales into comparison and what you're receiving. It's important that you do shield yourself, have those boundaries. The transition into whatever this purpose-filled life and that you're so sensitive about is, it's very protected. It's divinely purposed. It's going to trigger the crap out of you. But you saw this coming. You saw this when it happened. The awakening that's been happening within inside of you is blossoming tenfold. Your sensitivities about people, the situation, where this is all going. Be very careful that it's not fear-based directed. You'll know it by the way that it feels. If it's not overwhelming with fear and anxiety, it's probably more your intuition. But if it's riddled with pain, anxiety, fear, all of that, go center yourself before you start questioning things again. Success is all around this. You have a lot that you have to learn. How can you strengthen your skills? How can you strengthen your magic, even as far as applying like law of attraction, calling things in, calling in experiences? Don't let naysayers around you. Not everybody who has access to you deserves it, so you have to start using discernment there. All right, Spirit, give me a few more cards on this. Listen to your intuitive feelings. Stop doubting yourself. If it's fear, you'll feel it. It's freaky, it's just overwhelming. No, that's not it. If this is something that gives you a thought and a solution with it, you can probably go along with it. If there's something that you're feeling lost on, you had better put it in the prayer box. And this, since there's so much chaos around you, it's going to involve forgiveness. Your path is being cleared. Isn't that scary? With all the chaos, it's because your path needs to be cleared, and you are here to help, I guess, vibration come up. Yeah. Everything that's occurring, it's much bigger than you. It's much bigger than the relationship. And it's involving the life purpose of bringing up the vibration. You have an important role in it.